great to see you again. Thank you very much for all you are doing. Minister Yaseen, thank you so much for advocating for the immigrants to this country and to this province. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so honored today to stand before you and just offer my thoughts about being an Albertan and a Canadian, but also to talk about some of the challenges that blacks face, that immigrants face. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to talk about my story. And by the way, the deputy was saying, officially, despite the fact that black history has been there, officially started in 2017. What he didn't say was that 2017, that's when I came here. Maybe there's something. Now I need my glasses. You know, I'm very fortunate that I came to Alberta. And I'll tell you why I say that. I came to Alberta in 2017. When there was an opportunity for me to come to McDougall College, everybody, 90% I shared the story with, guess what they told me? Are you sure you want to go to Alberta? Are you sure you want to go to a redneck province? They gave me 6 months, that I was going to be here for 6 months and go back to Ontario. Well, Alberta has been very great to me. It has given me opportunities, but I also realize that not everybody has actually benefited from the system. And being in education, one of the things I look at is how this country and this province basically make people repeat the things they already know because of that Canadian experience. I just want to share a story. I was born in Zambia. I got my bachelor's degree in Zambia. I went to the UK for my master's. I went to the Netherlands for my PhD. When I came to Canada, I thought, well, you know what? I've benefited so much from global education. So it's going to be very easy for me to have my credentials recognized. Oh boy. That was an interesting one. Because when I came to do my postdoc at Calgary, the university recognized my credentials. And now, when I wanted to start work, guess what? I couldn't be licensed as an engineer because apparently my first degree was in Zambia. So my question to the professional session was, well, if you're designing a piping system, the equations you learn in Zambia are the same equations that actually you're going to use here. And I share that story because I was very fortunate being in academics. I had collected all the course outlines. I was also fortunate that I got to know the Canadian education system because when I was doing my postdoc, I got a chance to teach at Calgary University and at University of Ottawa. So I sat down, being an academic, and wrote an essay to the professional body in Ontario. And first, I sent all the course outlines. Second, I demonstrated that actually I had more depth and breadth based on what I've seen here. Third one was, well, I've taught several students at these two institutions, and I know a lot of them have got the license. So if you are saying I don't meet the academic requirements, and yet you have got other students who are taught, who are examined, well, what are we going to do here? So anyway, long story short, I got a letter that says my academic credentials were accepted, and I just had to write law and ethics, which everybody wrote. So that was a fair thing. But I share that story because not everybody is as fortunate as I was. I came with all the paperwork. I got to understand the system here, and I was able to demonstrate that. So, how many qualified professionals come to Canada, come to Alberta, and they are underemployed? I think as the Black community, we've got a responsibility to identify not only the challenges we face, not only the successes, but those challenges. That's why, Premier Smith, very commendable to you and your government for making foreign recognition streamline a priority for your government. Because this province has got a lot of talent. The Black community has got a lot of qualified individuals. That talent, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's in engineering, that talent is going to waste. So I think with what you've put in place, Alberta is going to lead this country in showing how you recognize talent. One of the things, being an educator, one of the things I've been advocating for is really to stop talking about Canadian experience and talk about how do you validate the competences that you're looking for. That's why I'm very glad that my friend and partner in crime here from CRIAC, we worked together to put a proposal that's going to develop assessments that will demonstrate competencies. And the two organizations, we've received 9.5 million from the Government of Canada, but that work is going to be done here in Alberta. And for all of us, the honors is on us now to help one another, because as a system, we can do way more when we work together. In fact, as I was hearing the names that were being mentioned, actually I had written the names as well. I say, each day as an Albertan, especially this month, I reflect on the significant contributions from Black Albertans, like John Ware, Daniel Lewis, Anne Saunders, Violet King. And what comes to mind for me is, these are individuals who paved the way. These individuals paved the way despite the challenges they were facing. These individuals identified the challenges, but they also put their energy to making life much better for us. So when I reflect on this month, one of the questions I ask myself is, what can I do? What can we collectively do? Because as President and CEO of Government College, despite the fact that the college is going to be 6 years this year, I'm the first Black president. What that does to me is really to think about the lot of young men and women whose hopes are on me succeeding. Because if I succeed, they get comfortable. If I succeed, they know that they can do this. But most importantly, I don't want to be the first president. I want for us to be at a time where when a Black person is appointed to a position, it won't be the first of this. It's going to be based on their vision, what they are going to achieve. I'm hoping that that's going to happen in my time. And I think collectively we can help the young men and women. We can help them by making sure that what we do each and every day is ready to support them. So this month is extremely special for Black community, but I'm going to encourage you to do two things. One is to make sure that the challenges are identified. But most important, for us to offer our time, to be mentors, to offer our time, to give back to Alberta, the Alberta that has given us a lot. Thank you very much.
Kitaskino mi Yaseen.